And then right at the very end, the professor said, and there's some statistical evidence now that about 95% of all experimentations or projects in AI fail.
Crazy.
And
What a statistic. That's nuts.
right, especially at the end of an 8-week program, you're like,
exactly.
oh, okay.
You've spent your money and then you get told, it's all a waste of time anyway.
Yeah.
Forget about it.
So that was kind of, I guess a little bit surprising at the time, because this
Right.
was like a couple of years ago now, 3
Yeah.
years ago. So
Yeah.
there wasn't a lot of AI out in the wild. So there wasn't a lot of evidence that we could really easily point to. And you would think, 3 years ago, 95%, that number's going to start coming down. And of course, we're seeing data now, which is just reinforcing the fact that a lot of the experimentation, a lot of the programs and the projects that are being put in place are failing even today. Sort of like the numbers kind of are fairly consistent, 60, 70, 80, 90% failure rate.
Right.
So you have to ask the question, well, why is that happening? And I think the answer kind of goes back to what we've been hypothesizing about, really, which is the technology always wins in these technology kind of evolutions. In the initial phases, like it's all the excitement is built around, well, what can the technology do? And there's lots of really, really good thinking, and absolutely the possibilities are there for the technology to kind of almost do anything, especially AI. In theory, can do almost everything within a business. But what's missing is, especially if you don't buy into, and I don't think we do buy into, the idea that it's one of two extremes. Like it's either the end of the world and all jobs are going. It's either going to be do everything and all jobs are going, because it's going to be able to do everything that humans can do, or at the other end of the spectrum, where people are convinced that it's a kind of a Pandora's box of lies, that it's all being built on a house of cards, and eventually it's going to crash and burn. I think there's too many good things, even in its current form, if nothing more changed, and the models didn't get better and people didn't experiment more, and it just froze in time right now. The benefits to business, the benefits to the ways of operating and doing things are just too great for it to not continue. And at the same time, I think we are seeing evidence, and it feels highly unlikely that this is the end of the world of work. It could all be wrong in 5 years' time, maybe. Eating my words.
Very humble pie.
Still hopefully recording videos for people to listen to, but maybe eating my words. But I think our vision is that this is about a symbiotic relationship between technology and humans. And now the task is, rather than experimentation and just saying, well, AI can do everything, so therefore it should try and do everything, and therefore failing, we should start with humans and go, what do people need? What's the scaffolding? What's the infrastructure that needs to be put in place for people to be successful? And then how does technology allow them to be more successful than they ever would be otherwise?